Assessment 1 over 8.5 learning target. Read and answer questions that follow. In a class of their own. Animals are classified into two main categories, vertebrates and invertebrates. Within each category, animals are further classified by their various characteristics. Animal groups that are vertebrates are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, marsupials, primates, rodents, echidnas, whales and dolphins, and others such as seals. While these animal groups classify a majority of vertebrates, they do not classify all vertebrates. There are two vertebrates native to Australia that scientists initially had trouble classifying. These two are the duck-billed platypus and the echidna. Platypuses and echidnas are similar in several ways. They both have traits that are purely distinctive of mammals. They're covered with hair, have milk glands to nurse their young, and have large brains. They also have traits that are purely distinctive of reptiles. They lay eggs, and their body temperatures change based upon their surroundings. While platypuses and echidnas share these traits, they differ from one another in other important ways. Platypuses live near streams, rivers, and lakes where their unique bodies benefit them. Platypuses have a bill or beak that enables them to find crayfish, shrimp, tadpoles, and fish to eat. They also have webbed feet with claws that allow them to swim while in the water and to walk and burrow holes while on land. In addition, platypuses have large flat tails similar to a beaver's tail that allows the platypus to store food like camels do in their humps. Echidnas live on land near rocks, hollow logs, or the roots of trees where their unique bodies benefit them. Echidnas have an elongated snout that enables them to break up logs and insect mounds in order to find termites to eat. They also have short, stocky limbs with clawed feet, allowing them to dig holes and search for food. In addition, echidnas have spines covering their bodies that protect them from predators, as do porcupines and hedgehogs, caring for their young. The female platypus digs a hole to nest her young. Inside the hole, she places vegetation to secure her eggs. Before she lays her eggs, she will close any access to the nesting hole to protect the eggs from predators and to provide a stable temperature for the eggs to hatch. She will lay 1 to 3 eggs and incubate them by curling her warm body around them. Once the eggs hatch, the young platypuses are nursed by their mother's milk for approximately 3 to 4 months. After this time, the young platypuses are ready to explore the water and land of the outside world. The female echidna develops a similar pouch to carry her young. The pouch is where she will lay a single egg. Within 10 days, the single egg will hatch. However, the young echidna will stay in its mother's pouch for another 3 months. After this time, the young echidna will have developed its spikes and leave its mother's pouch, but it will still nurse from its mother's milk for several more. During this nursing period, the young echidna will begin to eat the termites and ants that will soon become its sole diet. Their discovery and classification. Platypus specimens were first brought to England from Australia in the late 1700s to early 1800s. Scientists were unsure how to classify this new animal, and many believed the animal to be a fraud. It took almost a century before scientists were able to agree that the platypus was indeed a mammal. The feature that settled the debate over classifying the platypus is the fact that platypuses young are nursed by their mother's milk, a trait unique to mammals. Because echidna young are also nursed by their mother's milk, they too are classified as mammals. However, platypuses and echidnas are a special order of mammal known as monotremes. Monotremes differ from other mammals in that monotremes lay eggs like bird or reptiles do. They are also found only in Australia and New Guinea. Because of their uniqueness, platypuses and echidnas are in a class all by themselves. Number 1. How is this passage organized? A. Problem and solution. B. Cause and effect. C. Order of importance. D. Comparison and contrast. Number 2. The reader can tell that, in a class of their own, is nonfiction because A. The passage makes comparisons to animals. B. The passage does not include various settings. C. The passage explains a topic with factual details. D. The passage presents an abundance of information. Number 3. In which section of the article would you expect to find something about a platypus's favorite foods? A. Introduction. B. Their features and habitats. C. Caring for their young. D. Their discovery and classification. Number 4. Why does the author discuss platypuses first in each section instead of the echidna? A. The author is going alphabetically. B. The author gives the animal most people find most unusual. C. The author talks about animals that have their young live to those who lay eggs. D. The author goes from the water to the land each time. Read the following passage and answer the questions that follow. School has increased in its difficulty over the years. In the past, kindergarten was carefree. All I had to do was finger paint, crafts, and daily nap times, which gave me the rest I needed. During my elementary years, math went from adding and subtracting to multiplication and division, while I also studied states and capitals. After that came junior high. With it, more advanced math, which also strengthened my independent study skills. Recently, high school has been the most difficult. My responsibilities have gone from nap time to chemistry equations. School has had a huge part in helping me plan for the future. Number 5. How is the above paragraph ordered? A. Descriptive. B. Chronological. C. Order of importance. D. Spatial. Number 6. What time period of the narrator would one expect to come next in the passage? A. Young adult. B. Middle-aged life. C. College. D. High school. Read the following passage and answer the questions that follow. While there were many contributing factors to the French Revolution, a primary cause was a financial crisis brought on by royal extravagance. For years before the Revolution finally exploded in 1789, the royal government had been borrowing heavily to cover deficit spending. Even though France's High Court of Appeals cautioned against such borrowing, the royals' extravagance continued, eventually resulting in a financial crisis that required the government to institute a series of taxes. As the press highlighted the government spending with cartoons and stories, the peasants, already burdened by high taxes, low wages, and poor harvest, began to resent the demands of the royals. Finally, in 1789, the Third Estate, the common people, became so enraged they demanded a new constitution and refused to compromise with the existing government until it was written. This demand set off the first sparks of revolution. Number 7. How is this paragraph developed? A. Definition. B. Problem and solution. C. Order of importance. D. Cause and effect. Read the following paragraph and answer the questions that follow. Volcanoes are a feared and destructive force for good reason. A volcano is like a pressure valve for the inner earth, but they can also be very beautiful. One part of the volcano that people rarely see is the magma chamber. The magma chamber is way beneath the Earth's bedrock. It is tremendously hot. Running from the magma chamber to the crater of the volcano is the conduit. The conduit connects the magma chamber to the outer world. At the top of the volcano is the crater. This is where the magma exits. Volcanoes are a beautiful yet dangerous natural phenomenon. In what type of reading would a person expect to find this paragraph? A. Literary. B. Nonfiction. C. Historical fiction. D. Argumentative. Number 9. How is the above paragraph developed? A. Problem solution. B. Order of importance. D. C. Definition or spatial. D. Cause and effect. Read the following paragraph and answer the questions that follow. Here are the 3 worst things that you can do on a date. First, you could tell jokes that aren't funny and laugh really hard to yourself. This will make you look bad. Worse though, you could offend your date. One bad joke may cause your date to lash out at you, hence ruining the engagement. The worst thing you can do is to appear slovenly. By not showering and properly grooming, you may repulse your date, and this is the worst thing you can do. Number 10. How is this paragraph developed? A. Chronological. B. Cause and effect. C. Problem and solution. D. Order of importance.